Welcome to the Reaper's Lair. This is Grim from American Server 233, and today I'm going to show you the Viziers that are going to be the best to help you grow your empire power and that are going to be best for military power. So we're going to go through two sections here. Um, I am targeting this show towards, or this presentation towards those who are VIP 5 and below, but it has a lot of good information in here. Even if you're VIP 7 or 10, you can get a good idea of what you need to be focusing on to grow your kingdom. I focus it on those who are VIP 5 and below because you have to be more efficient with what you do. You don't have all the additional badges and resources that a VIP 10 will have, and they can be inefficient and still grow and still be competitive. But because of my experience, I'm able to keep up with those who are higher VIPs who have spent 4 or 5 times as much as me and still be competitive. All right, so first let's talk about the Viziers that are going to be best for your empire power. And this is probably going to go contrary to what a lot of you understand or have been told. So the absolute best Viziers that you can get as a VIP 5 player are the Imperial Guardians. Now, you're probably telling me that there's no way in hell you're ever going to get one. You have 2 of their badges and you need 20, and you've been going after them for 6 months. You're right, it's going to take a while to get the Imperial Guardians, but they should be on your list of the Viziers that you are going to invest in once you get them. You should have one that you're going for, whether that's Jasmine or Tilia, those are the 2 easiest to get right now. You're going to be wanting to focus on the events that give you those shards so that you can eventually get them and get the benefits of having them in the future. Keep in mind, this is the equivalent, as far as empire growth, the equivalent of Jonas. So that's a VIP 9 Vizier, and so it is worth investing the time and energy into going after those badges, and it'll pay off in a long term. They have a total of 60 stars or skills on 60 base talent or skill stars, and they're evenly broken down between prestige, research, political, and military. The really nice thing about them is they have the companion bonus. Um, so just like your Hersik or Murat, you're able to increase those skill levels and increase the bonus, in the attribute bonuses that they get. All right, next we are going to go into the companion Viziers with skills totaling 24 stars. Now, you're probably thinking I'm crazy right here because I've just skipped over Grace, I've skipped over the Foreign Legends, I've skipped over the Outstanding 4, and I did that all on purpose, and I'll explain why. So these Viziers are the next best ones that have the companion bonus. That bonus maxes out at 550%. So for every talent or attribute book that you give these Viziers, you're going to have the ability to multiply that times 5.5. So you put 1,000 attributes on it, it's worth 5,500 attributes. And so when you're looking at empire growth, the companion bonus is king. That's what you're going to be looking at. In fact, it's to the point the players who understand this will get Grace or Leo, and that trophy will sit in their list of Viziers at level 1 with no additional skills going towards it, no badges or anything going towards it, because it's really hard to increase their harmony bonus. So these Viziers at VIP 5 are going to have the most base talent, the most stars to start off with, and they're going to be able to get that companion bonus. So looking at these here, my favorites, well, okay, so if you are not going to be VIP 5, say you're going to be VIP 0, you're going to want to start with Merciv. He doesn't have a high military, but he is going to give you a huge amount of growth for your empire and really set you up for when you get an outstanding 4. And then that outstanding 4 can become your military. If you're only going to VIP 3, you're going to get Mercif, you're going to have Murat, you're going to have, however you say his name, Nasu or whatever. And so with these ones, Murat is a pretty safe bet. Nasu wouldn't be bad as well. He has the research, which is really nice in the beginning because you're able to get the additional gold, which is a pinch point in the very beginning of the game. Towards the later end of the game, gold is close to worthless. For that reason, I'd probably stick with Murat, where he gives you the bonuses more evenly. And then when you get into VIP 5, I mean, Hersik is great. He isn't going to give you as much gold, but his military is outstanding for the beginning of the game. And yeah, but I actually started with Murat. I was a VIP 5, and he was good all the way up until all the way through the first year. His Vizier power was pretty significant, and he's still a large amount of my empire power. So you really can't go wrong with any one of these. I would just stress that if you are a VIP 0, start with Mercif with the goal of going to an outstanding 4. All right, next after those Viziers are the outstanding 4. The reason these Viziers rank below the Mercif, the companion Viziers with 24 skills, star skills, skill stars, however you want to say that, is because their harmony bonus just does not go as high, and it takes a good amount of time to get that harmony bonus where you would want it. So whereas the companion Viziers can go up to 550% bonus, for military and political, these max at 390. And then for research, they max at 300, and research and prestige is 310. But they do have a total of 30 base, 30 base talent, with 13 of that being military and 11 being political. And yeah, again, you can just take a long time to get all those badges. Their military, or I'm sorry, the outstanding 4 badges are still pretty hard to come by. So it takes a bit of time. After that, we're looking at Viziers with 8-star military skills. And so you have Devout, which is going to be the next best after the outstanding 4. 8 military and 4 prestige, not a bad one to start with. And then you have Fazil as well. He has 1 less prestige, but otherwise a very solid Vizier. They only have those 14 or 15 star skills, which means that when you're maxing out 15 skills and multiplying that times 550, or yeah, 550% versus 24 skills, that extra 9 skills, what's that? That is more than a third additional empire power that you can get from that one Vizier. And that's why you really want to focus on those with higher stars. All right, now that is a total of 14 Viziers for empire power growth. You're not going to need to focus on 14 for a long time. You're probably going to want to stick with your top 5. I'm barely past my top 5, and I've been playing this for over a year. So your VIP 5, you can sit in this section here for a long time, up until Hersik and Nasu's military is maxed, Murat's military is maxed, and then start working on the outstanding 4. It's you have a lot of room to invest in these, and just getting their companions the charm that they need. So don't worry when you're starting out. I can't stress this enough. Don't look much past these Viziers. You're going to have a total of 30-something Viziers, 40-something later on in the game, and most of them can sit there unimproved. Maybe get them to 250 or level 250 or 300 for um, just so you're not a huge target in arena. But let's be honest, arena sucks, and if you're good at arena, you probably suck at the game anyways, unless you're a VIP 10. So um, yeah, stick with these Viziers. Focus on a few to get the most growth. All right, so that is going to finish it for Empire Power. Now I want to discuss the military Vizier power and the best Viziers for that. You're going to see some overlap here, but there's going to be a lot of difference. So now when you're looking at just military power, this does not, the harmony bonus does not come into play here, or comes into play to a very small degree. The reason being that the main factors for Vizier's power are the military talent, the level, and actually that's pretty much it. It's military talent times level times 5,000, and then you add the military attributes on after that. So if you have a very highly developed Vizier, and they have that 550% bonus, and maybe once it's fully developed, that'll add 1 to 2, maybe really good Vizier 3 billion. But when you're looking at it, so for example, my 13-star Sormet is 13 billion right now. And so it's, when you're talking about maybe another billion, it's not a huge factor. All right, so looking at, for Empire Power, you really can't beat Leo or Grace. They're hard to get. It takes a lot of planning, a lot of sacrifice, but when they have 40 military skills, plus their additional bonuses, and with Leo, you have the Phantom effect, which allows you to use him twice in the arena. And then the additional, his skill 2 allows you to get more points in the arena. So you can, if you win him 4 times, you get him to level 4 on that second skill. You are able to get 2 times the points when you completely wipe out a opponent in the arena. And if you win them 8 times, you can also make them, I'm sorry, so at 4, they lose 2 times the points. At 8, they lose 2 times the points, and you gain 2 times the points for getting them arena. So that can be huge if you're a huge fan of arena. Again, I really don't care much for the arena. As far as Grace goes, Grace's abilities are amazing. She gets a 30% bonus for Union and War Supremacy. So if you're talking about a Vizier who is going to, when her military talents are maxed out, is going to be in the 30 billion range as far as Vizier power, and you're going to get a 30% bonus to that. That is pretty amazing. It's going to make her a force to be reckoned with. And again, these are Viziers that VIP 1, VIP 5 can get. It just takes a lot of planning and a lot of work. But when you consider that can make it so that you can go head to head with VIP 10, 11, 12, and really make them sweat, it's worth the sacrifice to get them. And then once you get her 4 times, that 30% bonus goes to 60%, and then you get that 100% bonus if you get her 8 times. So they're pretty amazing when you're talking about Empire power. You cannot beat them. Even the Viziers that even Demont, and he only has 25 military skill. So he's a beast. As far as Empire growth, he's amazing. But Vizier power, these guys are still going to beat him. All right, so next we go on to the Imperial Guardian. Um, these are great if you can get them. They are going to take the box for both Empire power as well as Vizier military power. They have that 15 military skill, and again, and you compare that to my Sormet, which is at 13 billion right now. They're going to get higher than that, so they're awesome. They're worth the investment again to get them. After that, we have the Foreign Legends. These are a little bit easier to come by than the Imperial Guardians, but they have the same talent setup. The only issue is that their harmony bonus sucks. It's insane to get their harmony bonus. Um, you get that 80% when you get all four of them, but then you also need to add additional badges or additional scrolls onto them, and they're not easy to get. So for Empire power, they're not going to check that box, but for military, for Vizier power, they are going to. When you're looking at your top 16 that you want, these guys are going to be in that lineup. So they're not ones that you're going to work on early to mid game, but late game you're probably going to want to invest into their military skills. I wouldn't invest a thing into the other skills, but the military is worthwhile to invest in. All right, and then we come to the outstanding four. These Viziers are equivalent to my Sormet. They have the 13 military skills, so that is going to make them very competitive. And then you also have the fact that their harmony is more achievable. It's not near as hard as the Foreign Legends. And so they're going to check the box for Vizier power, as well as they're going to not be bad for Empire power. They're not the best as far as getting that harmony bonus, but they're not bad for Empire power. And their harmony bonus maxes out at a decent level, unlike the Magnificent Fives, which is really pathetic. So I think it's 300% on military for the Mag 5 and 200 for the other skills, which really just isn't a great bonus. And I think, yeah, those are the Viziers that you're going to want to work on for Empire power, or for Vizier power. And so that's why when I was saying the game plan when you start, if you can get one of those, a few of the companion Viziers with that 24 skill, 24 base talent, and then work on those until you get the outstanding four, and then apply military to the outstanding four, you're really going to be set. You're going to have the strong military force, and then you're going to have a strong empire base to build from. And with that, you can then go after Grace, you can go after Leo, and earn the Foreign Legends and have that base to support you. And so that ends my video today. If you found it educational, helpful, please like and subscribe, and please share my video. I really appreciate that. If you want to play with a supportive group, have a good leader to help you grow, feel free to come to server 233 and to join my Union Lux. All right, have a wonderful day.